Women Voices on Silverbird Radio 94.7 FM highlights challenges women face by educating and enlightening the public with the aim of changing stereotypes that affects the progress and development of Nigerian. How do you like that? It brings to fore the issues of rape, sexual and gender-based violence, harmful cultural and religious practices, amongst others, every Wednesday by 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Silverbird Radio 94.7 FM, Abuja.
Okay, so we should start.
Ready when you are.
Yeah, I'm ready. Good morning, a very beautiful Wednesday here on Rhythm 94.7 FM Abuja. It's Women Voices, and I have we are going to be talking about single parenting. And when we are going to be talking about single parenting, we're going to narrow it down to women. I know there are men who are also single parents, but of course it's women voices. So we are going to be talking about women single parenting, how it affects the child, how it affects the society at large, and how it affects the economy and everything that has to do with it. Because, when you talk about single parenting, people just like, oh, is it not his baby mama now? It's not the single parenting thing, forgetting that a child is involved, forgetting that it may have a ripple effect on the child and the society at large. So I have here with me Madam Memunat Idulah. She is the founder of the Memunat Single Mother and Child Initiative, and she's going to be taking us through single parenting, the effect, the causes, and of course, the motivation if you have found yourself single parenting one way or the other. Welcome to the show, Madam Memunat.
Good morning. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Very good.
Yes, I must commend you for coming very early. She came an hour to the time. That shows passion for me.
Thank you.
Yes, and the very first thing I noticed when I saw in you, I saw a mother. Yes, you remind me so much of my mom.
Thank you.
So I've adopted another mother today.
Thank you.
All right, okay. So we go straight to the point. Single parenting. Why have you chosen this path? I am always hearing a lot of people who say they're advocating for gender-based violence. They're advocating for childcare. They're advocating for a lot of things. But you chose single parenting. Why did you choose to advocate for single parents?
Yeah, I decided to go for single parenting, women in particular, because of what I see happening around me from experience and what I see. I see that the issue of single motherhood is becoming a big phenomenon in Nigeria. And I think it is time for us to speak about it. Because back then, when we were in secondary school, when we were doing social studies, you know that family is the father and the mother. Both of them are supposed to take care of a child. But we're now having a situation where the father is not there. So many things are responsible for it. When you talk about single parenthood or single motherhood, some people will just think it's baby mamas, what they are writing in social media. But it goes beyond single baby mamas. Because any woman can become a single mother. Maybe the marriage did not work out. Maybe the man died. We have cases of people who were raped. Some young girls are raped. Some girls innocently went into relationships and they have a baby. And then they have that problem of how do I raise this child alone? So we need to talk about it. That's why I decided to go into this NGO, whereby you look at how the society can begin to know that being a single mother is a big responsibility. Parenthood itself is a big responsibility. Now you now have cases of only one person taking care of a child. I look around, it's almost like out of every 10 women you see, at least 4 are single, alone, taking care of maybe one child or a number of children. So this thing is something we have to talk about. There is a lot we are talking about gender violence, but we need to talk about the stigmatization that goes with it. Because instead of the society to have passion, to care for them and think of how to help them, they stigmatize them. Now, this stigma is already adding to the problem they already have inherited by being a mother alone. Then, on the part of the child, I'm not just concentrating on only the woman, on the part of the child who is being raised by a mother alone. They go to school, they are being tormented, they are being bullied. Where is your father? And so you find that some of these children, they are emotionally disturbed.
Okay.
Already the mother is limited in her resources to take care of them. Then you now have the issue of the society stigmatizing them. Many of them out of that go into very, very wrong things.
Yes.
I have watched on TV, I have followed. I'm telling you the reason why I went into this now. I have seen some young boys picked up either for drug abuse, for using drugs, or for crime. And by the time they ask them, what of your parents? They say, oh, my parents live in that town. What of your father? They are separated. And so these children are on their own, trying to fend for themselves. In the process, some of them enter bad gang. In the process, some of them use drugs just to forget about their problem. They take this drug temporarily to relieve themselves of the pain. So I decided to pick on this so that the society, it's time for us to start talking about this issue.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So there was something interesting that you talked about, and that was that there are some married couple that are single. They are passive single parents. That means that it's either the man does not really, he's just there as a figure, but financially, morally, physically, he is not there. He is probably maybe out of that town, does not live in the same town with that woman, or he is even a living husband without doing anything. He just comes, and he leaves in the morning, comes back at night, So you talked about that. And you also made a point, which is very salient, that we should not, cast aspersions. We should not just stigmatize them because it will always happen.
Yeah.
It can't stop. So now, what are the things that how can parents, how can family and the society support people who have found themselves in this situation?
Yes, thank you for talking about this. I want to talk especially about a young girl, for instance. If a young girl by chance gets pregnant, there is option of abortion. They can use family planning, but along the line, she gets pregnant and she cannot abort. She has that child. The parents have to come in and support her to find her way back. Because two wrongs does not make a right. The girl has made a mistake. We call it a mistake in our society. She's not married, she has a child. But now, this we need to advocate, let parents know that in a situation where this kind of thing happens, help that girl. Take the baby, take care of the baby or support her, let her go back to school or learn a trade.
Okay.
Empower her so that she can be a good mother, she can provide for that child instead of neglecting her. Because I've seen so many cases of when they neglect such a girl.
Yes.
Most cases, what happens is the family turns their back. Sometimes it's like disowning her. What they say, I don't want to speak Yoruba, but they will say or something like that. They just disown that child. And so that is the beginning of another round of problem because she's not left alone to cater for that child. Sometimes in process of looking for means of catering for that child, she goes to meet other men. Men take advantage of such girls. They come around and say, I want to help you. And before you know it, she's even having more children she did not plan for.
Okay.
And she cannot take care of them. Now, the children that come out of this kind of situation, what happens to them? Sometimes they don't go to school. So many things happen. So when such a problem comes up, I want parents to know that it is time for them to pick their child, come back, take the baby she has had, empower her to retrace herself. Some have done that and they have succeeded in life. And then that child that is coming into the world too can also be empowered, not to just be left out to be stigmatized around the town.
All right.
So,
okay. So before I move on, in case you need to contribute, you can send us a WhatsApp message on 0817 8000 947. 0817 8000 947. You can also give us a call on 0901 094 7777. That is 0901 0947777. That's 47s. Okay. There is this part of difficulties, or would I say challenge, that single parents usually face, or single mothers usually face: remarrying, getting to remarry. This is why it's either the family of the man would not want they would not want their son, especially if the son does not have any baggage. They would not want their son to marry that kind of a woman. That is one. And two, if the family is indifferent about it, they with time there may be differences between the child of that woman, that's the child she had before getting into that marriage, with the child that she is having in that marriage. Do you have any advice or any, take on how she should live, how she should act, or any specific thing she should do if she finds herself there? Is there a way to manage it?
Now, in the first case, if a young lady or even maybe a divorcee or a widow meets somebody she wants to marry, I think it's very, very important for her to consider who she wants to marry, the relationship between her child or her children with the person who wants to marry her. From the onset, the person she wants to marry must have accepted those children as his own. So that when she goes into that second marriage, or whoever she wants to marry, those children are not maltreated. The person welcomes them, loves them. It's very, very important.
Yes.
And because that is one of the reasons why I said we need to talk about this single motherhood. Because a lot of girls, out of need, they need somebody to help them. So some of them enter a second marriage or marry another person. And they enter and they discover that person does not even love their children. And then sometimes these children will just run away from home. We have seen so many cases of boys picked on the road. There was a boy sometimes on the TV somewhere in Ikeja, and I was interested in that case because when they were asking the young boy, I think he was picked up. I can't remember the particular. It was on TV. I watched this thing, and so my parents are back in Ibadan. They are separated. My mother has another husband, and he's not looking after us. So this boy found himself alone all the way to Lagos. Of course, nobody to stay with. And so he was on the railway, somewhere he was picked up, taking drugs. So that is what happens when a woman, out of need, quickly jumps into another marriage. Some of them, you hear cases of the man that she married is abusing her daughter.
Yes, yes, we've had, yes.
So this is a very important thing. In the process, we need to enlighten people or women who have become single mothers to be careful when they want to settle again. It's very, very important. And when there is a lot of awareness creation and the society is talking about it, the men who want to take them in too must know that he has a responsibility to society. He has a responsibility to that child.
Yes.
He's inheriting. But for instance, in the civil service law, the child of your spouse is also your child. That's what the civil service regulation says. So any child you are going to have from a single mother, you should also know that you are father to that child, and you must be there to play that role of a father.
Okay.
You know?
All right. Okay. So before we move on, you can send WhatsApp message on 0817 8000 947, 0817 8000 947, or call 0901 094 7777, 0901 094 777. Okay. We always talk about the role of the federal government. The reason is because one way or the other, the government has a lot of role to play. Like I know that in the US, they have laws like child support for single mothers, so that the father, either married or not, can actually financially contribute meaningfully into that child's life. Here even in Lebanon and some Arab countries, we have some laws governing single parenting and marriage to make sure that one way or the other, these children that they are bringing into the society are well brought up, under the family values. But here in Nigeria, it's not as if we do not have that child support law. We do have the child support law, but it is not as stringent. And there was one I heard, they say 5,500 per month. They pay, but it's a stipend, and it is not that strong. And not a lot of women can pursue that. Actually, you see a man abandon a woman with 3 children and going on to marry another person, and from birth, there are some from birth till the adulthood, the man would not even care, and he would still be living freely, no laws, nothing. What do you think that the federal government, what laws do you think the federal government can put in place, to help women who don't have financial capability, and have men who have financial capability but abandon those women with their children? What role do you think government can play in this?
Thank you very much. You talked about US.
Yeah.
Let me go back. In 1984, President Ronald Reagan of America, he signed that proclamation declaring 21st of March as the National Day for Single Parenthood, because of the realization of the importance of parenthood in the life of the children. You must bring up children with sane mind, in a good way, so that they become good citizens. And some other countries have keyed into it too. They are marking 21st of March as their National Day for Single Parenthood. Now, coming back to Nigeria, I think our government should also look at a way of supporting the awareness by declaring a day. It's not just a day for declaration, it's a day to create awareness, promote and support single mothers or parents, if we want to make it like what they have in America. It's not just about providing for them, creating the necessary awareness. Let us talk about it. Let us know that these people should not be stigmatized. Already they have problem. So stigmatizing them is adding to their problem. Some women, because of disappointment from men, already have some mental problem. Some children also have mental problem. If government puts interest in it, we can have even psychotherapy treatment for them. Some of them need it. So there must be a lot of discussion about this on the social media, in radio channels, just like you are doing now, on television, so that the society gets to know more about it. Because this child is not a sinner. 2 wrongs does not make a right. This child has come into the world by chance, by faith. So I think the government, we have Child Rights Act already. And
all right, pardon me, ma.
I believe we can do more.
Pardon me.
Okay.
Yes. Hello? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Please, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Gabriel.
Okay.
I'm calling from Guarimpa.
Gabriel from Guarimpa.
Yeah, why I admire the advocate in the thought of single parents. But also want to government not to push them that the innovative point that people now have low tolerance for sustaining marriage. For every advantage, there are other disadvantages.
Yes.
And what I mean is, that's the way to study. Marriage is optional. People shouldn't just pick the work as a marriage and as a lawyer. I'm dealing with such matters now, and it's so frustrating when I see that both parties go through. The last woman, it's something that is a big measure of society.
Okay.
But I also agree that the child is not fixed for the errors of the parents.
Yes.
However, that balance that I can say we are not strong. Thank you so much for what you do.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Gabriel, for calling in. Thank you. Okay, so what he is trying to talk about now is striking a balance. Like he said, that it hopes that it will not push, people to quickly walk out of marriage. Do you understand? You know, we were talking about this, and I recall. Let me just put it to you so that I would not. Yes, let me. There's tracking that balance. Very important. Yes. Please.
You see, this advocacy is not to encourage people to walk out of marriage. In fact, we are saying that even if you are out of that marriage, ensure that the child you had out of that marriage has relationship with the father. And again, let it be the last resort. That is when single motherhood come as a result of a broken marriage. But then there are other reasons why a woman can become a single mother. She can lose her husband, and around here there are cases of people losing their husband and the family doesn't take care, so she's alone to take care. We are having issues of civil unrest. We are having IDP camps.
Yes.
Some of those people there you find, some of them lost their husbands during attacks. Now they are in IDP camps. They are alone with their children. And then there are issues of people who just make mistake and get pregnant. We can't throw them away. Continue to look at them. Oh, they have done a wrong thing. They committed adultery. That's why. It has already happened. The child has already been born. You cannot continue to leave them alone. We must support them. The society must support them educationally, morally, in any way to make sure that these children are brought up properly.
Okay.
So
yes.
We are not promoting people to divorce.
Yes.
At all.
All right. So yes, there's that takes me to when women. Okay, let's just take this and then I'll go to that question I'm about to ask. Hello, good morning. Oh, I hope the person calls back. So some single mothers are fond of shutting out the father from accessing the child. They may have reasons. It may be a deadbeat dad. And is okay, let me just go straight to the point. Is being a deadbeat dad, that's a dad that does not even care at all, is it good enough a reason for a woman to shut the life of that father out of the child?
Well, I will not. That's what I just talked about. That if a woman finds herself in that situation, she should try as much as possible to make sure the child still relates with the father. In a situation where the man decides not to care, probably remarried, and all the same, you don't have to talk bad about the man. As much as possible, bring up the child emotionally, not to become somebody that will hate the father, because you are not helping the society. You are not helping the child either. So you should try to see how, and that's why we need to talk to them.
Sure.
People who find themselves in that kind of situation, or how to manage the situation.
Okay.
Properly.
All right. Let's take this. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Eunice. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing well. And how are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Okay. So I have a question for the guest. But before I would like to paint a picture. You know, sometimes some people are always skeptical about having any form of involvement with issues like this. Knowing that there might be some legal issues that would surround it along the line. Just like you have some men who would say, if I marry her, what if the father of the child comes back and she decides to consider him and all that? So some of those fears and all. First, I want to ask you, do they always really probe into the circumstances that led to, for instance, anybody being encountered, do they always probe into the circumstances that led to it before they take any step concerning the person? And secondly, do you always render pro bono services? For instance, if anything comes up legally or in any form, do you render such services? So what exactly do you do to empower or to help people who you single out as single mothers?
Okay.
What are those assistance that you render to them?
Okay. All right.
Let me take.
Yes. Okay. So you'll take that answer, but let me take this from Sheyi Libra Queen. She said, yes, please, it's good to shut out a deadbeat father from a child's life. And I will take another message from Wale Oguntokun. very quickly before you answer that question. Wale Uguntokun is our regular contributor from GRA Ikeja. My take on single parenting arising from a lady getting pregnant is never to cast aspersions on the single parent. Love the child involved, allow the father to have access to the child if he is reasonable and contributes or pays restitution for abandoning the lady and the child at the initial stage. Any man trying to get married to a single mother involved must love and be ready to take care of the woman's child. Thank you. So you have that question from Eunice.
Yeah, so that first, I can't really remember the question again, but the last one,
Yes.
her last question was about if there is legal issues in
yes,
involved.
we have just 3 minutes, so
Okay,
we may
if
need
there
to
is
pick
legal
two.
issue involved, we are
yes.
looking also at how to give legal assistance. You know, to give legal assistance when there is a legal issue involved and the woman cannot afford it. Okay. That's another way we can support them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's
I can't get her first question.
Yes, the first question, I think the first question has to do with saying that do you really probe into the reason just in case it happens that, you know, there are some women that they may just leave the marriage and go and get married. You understand? Or leave the relationship and go and get married. And the man has the right to always come back.
Yes, yes.
You understand?
We are careful about that. To look at the circumstances. Or however, our major concern, because there are so many means, there are so many ways the woman can become single. There are so many. The important thing is how to support the women and prevent stigmatization and also support the children that are born from that relationship. Our major concern is not even really what led to the single motherhood, but what happens to the mother, what happens to the child, in such a way that we have a sane society and children are well brought up. The woman too is empowered to retrace her life, be able to provide for herself and the child without unnecessary crime or drug abuse and other social vices that can go with it.
All right. Thank you very much. Sadly, we've come to the end of the program, but we'll take a question from Adewale Olubomi, who says that there are situations where women are betrothed to the younger brother or the elder brother when somebody passes on. But I'm sorry, you may answer the question later on, but not now because we have come to the end of the program, and we need to thank Gabriel from Guarimpa for contributing meaningfully. Wale Oguntokun, as usual, thank you for your contribution. Eunice from Area 11, thank you for your contribution. And then, of course, Sheyi Libra Queen, thank you so much for your contribution. And we have Marvelous Phillips to thank for the technical assistance, and of course, Adewale Olubumi to thank for handling the social media page. And thank you, Madam Memunat Idulah, the founder, Memunat Single Mother and Child Initiative. Thank you so much for coming on the show, and we hope we would have you some other time.
Yeah, I always come around.
All right, thank you. So
thank
I remain, yes, you're welcome, ma.
you.
I remain at Tinuke to Kuranuke. Do join us same time next week. Do have a pleasant day ahead.